Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when we are confronted with the stark reality of our limitations, the tangible and the material, the things we can touch, see, and measure. We are often told that these are the only things that matter: the facts, the visible world, the weight of things. And yet it is in the invisible, the intangible, where true power lies. What is it that drives us, if not the unseen forces of faith and imagination? It is these invisible threads that weave together the tapestry of our lives. Faith, not in the sense of blind acceptance, but faith as an act of seeing beyond what is to what could be. Imagination, not as fanciful daydreaming, but as the creative force that allows us to envision a world that does not yet exist, but one that can dot. The concept of the power of the invisible is one that often goes unnoticed in our day-to-day lives. We are conditioned to trust only what we can see, touch, and measure. The world of the tangible is the realm where most people operate, and it's easy to believe that only what we can physically observe has the power to shape our reality. But it is the invisible forces, faith, belief, imagination, that quietly work in the background, often without our awareness, and yet have the greatest impact on the course of our lives. Faith is one such invisible force. It is not just a religious or spiritual concept, but a powerful internal belief that drives our actions and decisions. When we have faith, we are choosing to believe in something beyond what we can directly prove or observe. It is this belief in the unseen that allows us to venture into the unknown, to take risks, and to push ourselves beyond the boundaries of what seems possible. Without faith, we would be bound to the limitations of the present moment, unable to move toward anything greater. Imagination is another invisible power that shapes our reality. It is easy to dismiss imagination as nothing more than fantasy or daydreaming, but in truth, imagination is the blueprint for creation. Every great achievement, every invention, work of art, or monumental idea began as a mere thought in someone's mind. The imagination allows us to see what does not yet exist, to envision a world beyond the one we currently live in, and to dream of what could be. It is through the lens of imagination that we find new solutions to problems and uncover possibilities that were once hidden. But these invisible forces of faith and imagination are most powerful when they are combined. Faith without imagination is a blind belief with no direction, while imagination without faith is merely a fleeting thought. Together, they create a force that propels us toward our goals. Imagination gives us the vision of what is possible, and faith gives us the conviction to believe that it can be achieved. It is the unwavering belief in what cannot yet be seen, coupled with the creativity to shape it into reality, that has driven humanity forward. These invisible powers are essential in overcoming the challenges and obstacles that we all face. The visible world often presents us with limitations, financial struggles, physical barriers, personal doubts, but it is through faith and imagination that we can transcend these challenges. When we believe in something greater than ourselves and imagine a world where those limitations no longer hold us back, we open the door to new possibilities. It is in these moments when the invisible forces of faith and imagination are at work that we are able to push past our current circumstances and create something extraordinary. In a world that often prizes the visible, the measurable, and the concrete, it is important to recognize the power of the invisible. The greatest achievements of humanity have not come from merely reacting to the world around us, but from the ability to envision what could be and to believe in the possibility of the impossible. It is through these invisible forces that we are able to chart our own course and shape the future. Thus, when we learn to tap into the power of the invisible, we unlock a force greater than anything the material world can offer. Faith, in its truest sense, is not about blindly accepting things without evidence. It is an act of seeing beyond the immediate and the tangible. It is the ability to perceive possibilities that are not yet visible, to trust in a reality that exists outside the boundaries of what can be physically observed. Faith, then, is a vision, a unique way of seeing the world, where we do not merely accept what is in front of us, but instead we imagine and believe in what could be. This act of seeing is not about turning a blind eye to the truth, but rather about opening ourselves to the potential that lies beyond the surface. When we have faith, we are actively choosing to look beyond the obstacles and limitations that the world presents. In moments of hardship or uncertainty, it's easy to become consumed by what we can see: the challenges, the pain, the barriers. But faith encourages us to lift our gaze from what is directly in front of us and to look toward a future that holds the possibility of something greater. It is not that we ignore our present circumstances, but we choose to believe that our current situation does not define us or limit us. The act of faith is, therefore, an act of vision, where we imagine a reality where we can rise above what currently weighs us down. Faith as an act of seeing goes beyond wishful thinking. It's not about hoping for something without action or conviction. Rather, it is about seeing the unseen and believing that what we cannot yet see will one day become clear. It is like standing in a fog, knowing that the path ahead is obscured, but trusting that, as we move forward, the mist will eventually clear. Faith is the willingness to take that first step, even when the end goal seems distant or unclear, because we trust that the path exists, even if it's not immediately visible. This act of seeing requires a shift in perspective. Often we are conditioned to rely on what is in front of us: facts, figures, concrete evidence. But faith invites us to look deeper. It asks us to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. It urges us to believe that the challenges we face are not permanent, and that beyond the immediate struggles there is hope, growth, and transformation. It is an exercise in looking beyond the surface and trusting that beneath it all, there is something better waiting to emerge. In this sense, faith is an act of strength. It requires courage to believe in something that has yet to manifest, to trust in a future that may seem uncertain or out of reach. It asks us to reject the fear and doubt that often accompany the unknown and to replace them with hope and belief. Faith as an act of seeing is not passive, it is active and dynamic. It requires us to continue moving forward, even when we cannot see the full picture, and to trust that our actions, guided by faith, will lead us to a place of clarity and fulfillment. When we embrace faith as an act of seeing, we unlock a power within ourselves that allows us to transcend limitations, to overcome fear, and to build a life that is defined not by what we currently see, but by what we believe is possible. This act of vision opens our eyes to the infinite possibilities that lie ahead and empowers us to step confidently into a future that we can create through belief and determination. Imagination is not just a fleeting thought or a whimsical escape from reality, it is a powerful, creative force that drives progress, innovation, and change. It is through imagination that the human mind is able to envision things that do not yet exist, to see beyond the limitations of the present, and to create the future. Imagination is the spark that ignites every great achievement, whether in art, science, technology, or human relationships. It is the tool through which we transform abstract ideas into tangible realities, shaping the world around us. At its core, imagination is the ability to see the unseen. It allows us to dream of what could be, even when there is no physical evidence to support that possibility. When we use our imagination, we are engaging in a process that transcends the boundaries of the here and now. Instead of being confined by what is, we allow ourselves to explore the vast landscape of what might be. This process is not just a passive act of daydreaming, but an active, creative force that moves us towards something greater. The creative potential of imagination lies in its ability to break through the constraints of the present moment. It challenges the status quo and provides an avenue for new ideas and solutions. When faced with problems or challenges, it is often imagination that enables us to find alternative paths, to think outside the box, and to uncover solutions that others might not immediately see. Imagination encourages us to push boundaries, to question assumptions, and to reimagine the world in ways that have never been done before. Great inventions and advancements throughout history have all had their origin in the imagination. The airplane, the computer, the internet, all were once nothing more than ideas in someone's mind. Before these innovations could change the world, they had to be conceived in the mind of a visionary. It was the imaginative minds of thinkers, inventors, and creators who saw beyond the limitations of the present and imagined what was possible. They dared to believe that the world could be different, and then took the steps necessary to bring their vision to life. Imagination also plays a vital role in personal growth and development. It allows us to envision the kind of person we want to become, the life we want to lead, and the goals we want to achieve. Without imagination, we would be stuck in the here and now, unable to break free from our current circumstances. But with imagination, we can see a path forward, one that is filled with possibility and potential. It is through imagination that we can envision a better version of ourselves and take the steps necessary to bring that vision into reality. Furthermore, imagination is a bridge between reality and possibility. It allows us to take what is abstract and transform it into something concrete. Whether it's a work of art, a groundbreaking scientific discovery, or a new business idea, it is imagination that takes the intangible and makes it real. This process requires courage and persistence, as imagination often brings us face to face with the unknown and the uncertain. But it is through this uncertainty that we are able to create new things, things that have the power to change lives and shape the future. Imagination is, in many ways, the most powerful tool we have for creating the world we want to live in. It is the force that allows us to transcend our current limitations, to innovate, and to dream big. By tapping into the creative power of imagination, we unlock the potential to bring about meaningful change in our lives and in the world. Imagination is the birthplace of possibility, and it is through its creative force that we can shape a future that is brighter, more expansive, and more full of opportunity than we could have ever imagined. Faith and imagination are two powerful forces that, when combined, create a transformative and dynamic force for personal growth and achievement. Each of these elements is valuable on its own, but it is when they work together that their true potential is realized. Faith gives us the courage to believe in what is not yet visible, and imagination provides us with the creative vision to see what could be. Together they form the foundation for innovation, personal transformation, and the realization of dreams. Faith, in this context, is not simply about religious belief, but rather the act of trusting in something greater than ourselves. It is the ability to believe in what we cannot see, to hold on to the conviction that something better exists beyond our current circumstances. Faith provides the strength to persevere, even when faced with uncertainty, doubt, or adversity. It is the inner belief that things can improve, that our dreams are achievable, and that challenges are opportunities for growth. Imagination, on the other hand, is the ability to see beyond the present moment and envision a different reality. It is the creative power that allows us to picture possibilities, solutions, and outcomes that do not yet exist. Imagination encourages us to think beyond the limitations of what we currently know and understand, to stretch the boundaries of what is possible. It allows us to create mental blueprints of the future, laying the groundwork for change, growth, and innovation. When faith and imagination work together, they create a synergy that drives us forward. Faith provides the belief that our dreams are not just fantasies, but that they are achievable, even if the path forward is unclear. Imagination, in turn, takes that belief and shapes it into something concrete, giving us the vision to see the steps we need to take and the end result we are working toward. This partnership allows us to move forward with confidence, knowing that we have both the belief and the vision to overcome any obstacles in our path. For example, consider an inventor who dreams of creating a new technology. Faith gives them the belief that their idea has value and the potential to change the world. Without faith, they might dismiss their idea as impossible or unrealistic. Imagination, however, takes that idea and allows them to envision it in detail, how it will function, how it will be built, and how it will impact society. The combination of faith and imagination fuels their determination to take action, to test their concept, and to refine their vision until it becomes a reality. In the same way, faith and imagination work together in our personal lives. When we have faith in ourselves and our abilities, we are more likely to imagine a future where we are successful, fulfilled, and happy. Imagination allows us to visualize the steps we need to take to reach our goals, while faith gives us the confidence to pursue them, even when the journey seems uncertain. With both faith and imagination, we can create a path forward, knowing that the challenges we face are part of the process of growth. Moreover, this combination of faith and imagination has the power to inspire others. When we believe in something and can imagine it vividly, we inspire those around us to believe as well. Whether it's in a personal relationship, a business venture, or a larger cause, the fusion of faith and imagination becomes a beacon that draws others toward the same vision, creating a collective energy that drives change and transformation. In essence, faith and imagination are complementary forces that, when united, enable us to move beyond the limitations of the present and into a future full of possibility. Faith gives us the courage to believe in something greater, while imagination provides the creative vision to bring that belief to life. Together, they become the foundation of all progress, all achievement, and all meaningful change. By cultivating both faith and imagination, we empower ourselves to create a life that reflects our deepest aspirations and dreams. Overcoming limitations is a fundamental part of human growth, progress, and achievement. Life constantly presents challenges, obstacles, and constraints that can often feel insurmountable. These limitations, whether external or internal, can make us question our ability to move forward or to reach our goals. However, the key to overcoming these limitations is not in resigning ourselves to them, but in understanding that they are not permanent barriers but temporary challenges that can be transcended with the right mindset, determination, and approach. The first step in overcoming limitations is recognizing them for what they are. Limitations often arise in many forms, be it physical, emotional, financial, or psychological. These limitations can appear as real obstacles, but they are often only perceived constraints. Much of the difficulty in overcoming them comes from the belief that they are fixed, unchangeable, or insurmountable. However, when we examine these limitations more closely, we often find that they are not as rigid as they first seem. The power lies in how we perceive and approach them. Instead of accepting limitations as facts, we must see them as challenges that can be overcome with creativity, resourcefulness, and persistence. The next step is to shift our mindset from one of defeat to one of possibility. It's easy to become discouraged when faced with limitations, but the true strength lies in the ability to reframe the situation. Instead of focusing on what we cannot do, we can focus on what we can do. Every limitation carries within it the seed of opportunity, and often it is by pushing against the boundaries of what we think is possible that we uncover new ways to achieve our goals. This mindset shift allows us to transform limitations into stepping stones toward greater growth. It is by seeing limitations as temporary and surmountable that we open the door to new possibilities. Another crucial aspect of overcoming limitations is setting clear, actionable goals. While limitations can feel overwhelming, breaking them down into smaller, more manageable steps can make them easier to tackle. Each small victory, no matter how minor it may seem, adds up and brings us closer to overcoming the larger challenge. These incremental steps allow us to build momentum, which fuels our determination and keeps us moving forward. With a clear plan and a series of actionable steps, limitations no longer seem like immovable objects, but rather hurdles that can be cleared with effort, patience, and perseverance. Equally important is the ability to seek help and support when needed. Overcoming limitations is not a journey that must be taken alone. Often, the path becomes clearer when we surround ourselves with people who can provide guidance, encouragement, and fresh perspectives. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a support network, having others to lean on can make a significant difference in how we navigate challenges. They can offer insights, advice, or even just emotional support when we feel weary. The belief and encouragement of others can reignite our own faith in our ability to overcome limitations. Lastly, resilience plays a key role in overcoming limitations. The ability to persist in the face of adversity, to continue moving forward even when progress seems slow or uncertain, is what ultimately determines success. There will always be setbacks and challenges along the way, but resilience is the quality that keeps us going. It is the inner strength that drives us to keep pushing, even when the path is difficult. Resilience allows us to bounce back from failure, to learn from our mistakes, and to continue striving toward our goals with renewed determination. In the end, overcoming limitations is not about eliminating obstacles entirely, but about developing the strength, creativity, and perseverance to move beyond them. It is a continuous process of growth, where each challenge provides an opportunity for us to become stronger, more resourceful, and more capable. By shifting our mindset, setting clear goals, seeking support, and cultivating resilience, we can transcend the limitations that stand in our way and achieve greatness. The journey of overcoming limitations is not a simple one, but it is one that leads to profound personal transformation and fulfillment. Throughout history, humanity has faced countless challenges, obstacles, and limitations, yet time and again, individuals and groups have overcome these barriers to achieve remarkable feats. These historical examples not only serve as testament to the power of human determination, vision, and perseverance, but they also provide valuable lessons about the importance of imagination, faith, and resilience. From groundbreaking inventions to monumental social changes, these stories reveal how the human spirit can triumph over even the most formidable limitations. A call to action is a powerful statement or invitation that encourages individuals to take immediate and purposeful steps toward a specific goal or cause. It is a clarion call that moves people from passive observation to active participation. Whether in the context of personal growth, social change, or professional achievement, a call to action motivates people to step up, take responsibility, and engage in the pursuit of something meaningful. It is a challenge to push beyond comfort zones, break free from inertia, and make a difference. The most effective calls to action are those that speak directly to the hearts and minds of the audience, compelling them to act on their values, aspirations, and passions. These calls are rooted in a deep understanding of the audience's desires and struggles, addressing their needs while offering a clear, actionable path forward. A powerful call to action does not just inform people about what needs to be done, it inspires them to believe that their actions matter and that they have the power to create change. In the realm of personal growth, a call to action invites individuals to take responsibility for their own lives and their own development. It urges them to stop waiting for external circumstances to change and instead to take control of their own destiny. Whether it is committing to a healthier lifestyle, pursuing a new career, or improving relationships, a call to action challenges individuals to take the first step, no matter how small it may seem. It encourages them to embrace change, to face their fears, and to push past the barriers that have kept them stuck in the past. The call to action in this context is not just about achieving specific goals, it is about realizing that growth and transformation are ongoing processes that require action and perseverance. On a broader scale, calls to action are instrumental in driving social change. Throughout history, movements for justice, equality, and human rights have been sparked by calls to action that rallied people around a common cause. A clear and compelling call to action can galvanize individuals to take a stand, to speak up, and to work together for the greater good. For example, the civil rights movement in the United States gained momentum because leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. issued a call to action for people to demand their rights, to protest peacefully, and to fight against systemic injustice. Similarly, calls to action for environmental conservation, gender equality, and economic justice have mobilized individuals and communities to take concrete steps toward a more just and sustainable world. A call to action is not limited to large-scale social movements. It can also be directed at organizations, teams, or even individuals working on smaller projects. In the workplace, a call to action can encourage employees to take initiative, collaborate, and contribute toward a shared vision. In marketing and business, calls to action are used to drive consumer behavior, urging potential customers to make a purchase, subscribe to a service, or take part in a promotional offer. The goal is to create a sense of urgency and purpose, prompting people to act quickly and decisively. The effectiveness of a call to action lies in its clarity and simplicity. It should be easy to understand and direct, offering clear instructions on what needs to be done next. It should also be compelling enough to overcome resistance and hesitation, inspiring individuals to take immediate action. Whether through a speech, an advertisement, or a social media post, a call to action must connect emotionally with its audience, providing them with a sense of purpose and the belief that their contribution is meaningful. Ultimately, a call to action is about empowering individuals to take control of their lives, their communities, and their world. It is a reminder that progress, change, and achievement are not passive events but active processes that require effort, determination, and commitment. By issuing a call to action, we invite others to join us on a journey towards something greater, whether it's personal transformation, social justice, or a shared goal, and to take the steps necessary to make that vision a reality. The power of a call to action lies in its ability to ignite change, to inspire action, and to move individuals from thought to deed. One of the most famous examples of overcoming limitations is that of Thomas Edison and his invention of the electric light bulb. Edison faced countless failures and setbacks during his quest to create a practical source of light. At one point, he famously failed over 1,000 times before achieving success. Yet, instead of seeing these failures as obstacles, he regarded each one as a lesson, a step closer to finding the solution. Edison's faith in his vision and his imagination allowed him to see the potential of electric light, even when the scientific community largely considered the idea impossible. His perseverance led to the invention of the incandescent light bulb, which forever changed the world. Similarly, the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, faced skepticism, ridicule, and immense technical challenges as they pursued their dream of human flight. At a time when many believed flight was impossible, the Wright brothers combined imagination with unyielding faith in their abilities. They built upon the knowledge of others, but also pushed the boundaries of what was known, testing countless designs until they succeeded in their first powered flight in 1903. Their determination and belief in the possibility of flight opened the door to modern aviation, forever transforming transportation and global connectivity. In the realm of social change, the story of Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement offers another powerful example. King and countless others fought against the limitations of systemic racism, discrimination, and inequality in the United States during the mid-20th century. The obstacles were vast, and the social and political climate was hostile to change. Yet, King's unwavering faith in justice, coupled with his visionary imagination of a more equal society, allowed him to lead peaceful protests, advocate for civil rights, and ultimately influence profound legislative change. His leadership and belief in nonviolent resistance demonstrated how faith in a vision could bring about a social transformation that would reshape a nation. Similarly, consider the story of Nelson Mandela, who fought against the apartheid regime in South Africa. Mandela spent 27 years in prison for his opposition to racial segregation and inequality. The challenges were immense, but his faith in a free and democratic South Africa, combined with his strong sense of justice and imagination of a better future, allowed him to persevere. After his release, Mandela went on to become the country's first black president and played a pivotal role in dismantling the apartheid system. His life is a testament to the power of resilience and belief in overcoming even the most deeply entrenched societal limitations. Another example comes from the field of science, with Marie Curie, who defied both gender expectations and scientific challenges to make groundbreaking contributions to the field of radioactivity. In a time when women were rarely given the opportunity to pursue advanced scientific work, Curie's faith in the value of scientific inquiry and her imagination to explore the unknown propelled her forward. She became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and remains one of the most celebrated scientists in history. Curie's work not only advanced our understanding of atomic science, but also opened the door for future generations of women in science. These historical examples illustrate that limitations, whether societal, scientific, or personal, are not insurmountable when paired with imagination, faith, and perseverance. In each case, the individuals involved envisioned a reality that was different from the one they saw before them. They dared to dream, to believe in the possibility of a better future, and they took action despite the obstacles that lay in their path. Their stories remind us that the most profound changes in history are often made by those who refuse to accept the limitations imposed on them and instead choose to believe in the possibility of a different, better world.